Hi, I'm Ellie and welcome back to The Nighttime Fear. Today I've got a very exciting book haul for you all. I know this is currently the only thing that's on our channel, like 2 book hauls, but I promise very soon there will be other things and there will actually be a Chammy video. Woo! First two I got from a local bookstore. The first one is In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. He's the writer of Breakfast at Tiffany's, and this one is more of like a true crime novel. It's about murder, basically. Next one I was actually really excited for, which is Game Board of the Gods by Rochelle Mead. This is the first book in her new YA series, Age of X it's called, but I really love this cover. I think it really stands out, and I loved the Vampire Academy series. So the next one I got from my grandmother. She got it from a second-hand bookstore, and she was going to give it away, but my mum and I found it, and yeah. Anyway, this is The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. We own pretty much all of them, except for this one and the last one that just came out, but this was, hardback, and we technically got it for free. Okay, now the next pile are books that I have borrowed from my school library, which is where I borrow the majority of my books, I suppose, because I don't get in trouble if I don't return them on time. This one relates directly to The Lost Symbol, which is Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. This was, for some reason, my mum doesn't own the first one. She owns all the others, but she doesn't own the first one, so I'm going to read this one so I can read all the others, and it's going to be awesome. Next one I have is one that I've been meaning to read forever, because one of my really good friends absolutely loves this book and the Disney movie, which is The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. I've never seen the Disney version, so I wanted to read the book first so I could see, to compare the two. Next one I have is also a classic, which is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I read My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier earlier this year, I think in like April or May or something, and I really like that, so I'm going to read this one now. Next one I actually found out about from BookTube, and I can't remember who, but anyway, it is Room by Emma Donoghue, and it's basically about a 5-year-old boy named Jack who has lived in a single locked room with his mum for his entire life. And it sounded really good, and I mean, it's been shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize, so that means it has to be good, right? The next two are part of a series. The first one, sorry, my voice just cracked. The first one is If I Stay by Gail Forman, and the second one is Where She Went by Gail Forman. If I am right, this is like the girl's point of view and this is like the guy's, but time has passed between them. That's what I got from the blurb, but I've been meaning to read those for a while, and I saw that the library had both, so I thought I might as well knock them over in one go. The next couple I bought from the Book Depository. So, first one is Shadow and Bone by Lee Bardugo. I wanted to read this one forever, and I think it was like $7 or something. And the sequel just came out, so I really want to read this one so I can read the sequel. Next one I have is one of Chammy's favourite books, so I had to buy it. and it was only $4, so it's Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I don't particularly like this cover. It's a bit weird, like, I don't know what's wrong with that guy, but I actually really like the colour scheme though. Like, I like this pink at the back and the gradient in the text and everything, and it's got it on the back as well. And the actual like blurb, sort of, it's gradient as well. It goes from like a light pink all the way down to black, and that's awesome. I've never seen that before. Next one I have, I was really excited for, and I pre-ordered this with about, it was like 90 days beforehand, because I just happened to see it on the book depository, and I did a little fangirl scream and showed all my friends, and now they all want to borrow it from me after I'm finished, which is Benedict Cumberbatch in Transition, an unauthorized performance biography by Lynette Porter, which is awesome. And it's all about his acting career, obviously. So it talks about Sherlock and Atonement, which is one of my favorite books / movies ever, and it also talks about all the other things that he's done. Yeah, so I was really excited to be able to read this, and he's just gorgeous and I love him. Next one I have is also one that it's sort of a recent one that I've added to my TBR pile. My mum is also going to read this one and the next one, which is Heatwave by Richard Castle. Rich Castle isn't obviously a real writer. He is the main character in the Castle TV series, and they actually released the books that he writes in the show, so this is the first one. It's seriously, they put so much work into this. They've got like a little review from James Patterson and Stephen J. Cannell, and it's got like fake interviews with Castle talking about Beckett and his daughter and his mother and all the murder cases he's helped solve and everything. It's just, I'm so excited. The next one I have is an adult novel, which I don't usually read, and it is The Elegance of the Hedgehog by Muriel Barbary. This one is set in Paris, which I love Paris, so that's pretty much the only reason I'm going to read this. And my mum is also going to read this, so should be good. On Wednesday, I got back from a week-long holiday where I bought a couple of books. So these are those. The first one I have, which the first two kind of relate to each other. This is The Sign of Four by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and it's got the Sherlock cover, even though this isn't a Sherlock episode, as far as we know. 3rd season. So excited. Anyway, this one's got an introduction by Martin Freeman. That's Martin Freeman, if you didn't know, and he plays Dr. John Watson, and of course Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock. So you may have guessed that I kind of like Benedict Cumberbatch. I also really like Sherlock though. Both the movies and the TV series. Don't even talk to me about that other one that's name has escaped me, Elementary. Don't even talk to me about Elementary, because I will have to kill you. The next one I have, which I was also really excited for because I got for $10, is Sherlock the Case Book. So this basically, again, it's got a beautiful picture of Benedict on the front. And it also, it's the same underneath. And Martin Freeman on the back. So this talks about like all the episodes, but it also has like little sticky notes. So it's supposed to be from Sherlock and John, which are just hilarious. I've read a couple and they're just good. The next couple sort of go back into my usual genre, which is of course YA. The first one I've wanted forever, and it's only just come out, which is Belly Pock by Elizabeth Ross. This is the Australian cover, I believe. Maybe it's the UK cover because it says UK on it. Yeah, this is the UK cover. I'd only seen the American one, but I found this in a bookstore pretty cheap, so I bought it because it sounds amazing, and I've been looking forward to this book for months. I need to yawn. Anyway, I've been looking forward to this book for months, ever since I saw it on Goodreads, so now I can finally read it. The next two are books 2 and 3 in a series. I just read the first book. I'm kind of slow, these books have been out forever. Well, not forever, but for a while. The first one is The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, and the second one is The Amber Spyglass. I read Northern Lights. That's how old my copy is. I got it second hand, so it's still called Northern Lights. Most people will know it as The Golden Compass, but I really enjoyed that book, so I bought those two, and they're beautiful covers, even though they don't match my other one, but I still love them. The last book I have is probably one of my favourite books ever now. I've already read this, but I didn't have a proper copy. I only had an ebook, and I really wanted a nice copy, and I was going to get one of the vintage ones, which is like the cover and then you got the red down the spine. One of those, but then I found this one for $7, which the vintage ones were $13, so I got it. And you can't see the thing because it doesn't have a title on here, but on the side it says Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. This is probably my favourite book ever. Studied it in literature last year and I adored it. Anyway, this one has Brave New World and Brave New World Revisited. It also has at the back like an appreciation of Aldous Huxley, so it's got like photos of him. That's not him, that is his uncle or his grandfather. There we go. That's Aldous Huxley. And I love this book. It's a dystopia. It was written in the 1920s, but it's really modern thinking, and it's just amazing, and I love it, and if you haven't read it, you should read it because it's brilliant. Anyway, that was my book haul for this time, and I will see you guys in a couple of days, actually, with a new video that's not a book haul. It's something completely different. So, bye!